Today we are going to discuss the topic that is IRDA Act. So before starting the topic, let us discuss the very basic meaning of IRDA. So IRDA is an Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, and it is the apex body that helps in supervise and regulates the insurance sector in India. The basic and very prime function of IRDA is to safeguard the interest of the policyholder and to ensure the growth of the insurance sectors in India. Basically, if we are talking about the IRDA concept, IRDA is known as Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, and the establishment of IRDA Act was accomplished in the year 1999. The very basic and primary function and purpose of IRDA is to promote and protect and safeguard the interests of the policyholders. Policyholder means that person who opt with the insurance policy to safeguard its interest. And IRDA also helps to ensure the growth of the insurance in the country. Basically, it helps to promote the various insurance policy among the different levels of country. IRDA, or we can say that Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, is the apex body that helps in supervise and regulates the insurance sectors in India. Basically, it verifies that how the work is performed within the insurance sector and supervise that the work is performed according to the rules and regulations and help the insurance sector to promote their various policies among the nation. The primary purpose of IRDA is to safeguard the interests of the policyholder and the insurance of growth of the insurance in the country. Basically, what are the objectives of IRDA? IRDA helps the policyholder to safeguard their interest regarding how much amount of premium is paid by the policyholder and after how much time and how much percentage is to be paid. And what is the policy duration? What are other rules and regulations? These all kind of information must be informed to the policyholder while making the insurance contract, and it basically ensures the growth of insurance in the country. What is the basic purpose? The another purpose of IRDA is to ensure the growth, that how they play that role in the country and how the insurance sector play a growing rate within the country. When it's come to the regulating the insurance industries, that is IRDA not only looks over the life insurance, but also general insurance company operating within the country. While we are studying the various kinds of concept under insurance, that is general insurance and commercial insurance. According to the IRDA Act not only act or looks forward towards the life insurance policy only. They also play a major role for the growth and development of general insurance policies too. The next concept we are going to discuss is the duties, functions, and powers of IRDA Act. So without the prejudice to the generality of the provisions that is contained in the subsection 1, the powers and functions of the authority shall include. There are various points that are included under duties, functions, and powers of the IRDA Act. So the very first point is that is issue to the applicant a certificate of registration, renew, modify, withdraw, suspect or cancel such a registration. While the formation of the insurance company, they must require a legal registration process, and with that issuing of the registration certificate, they can run their business. How there are general policies under the concept of IRDA Act, that various kind of certification of registration, that is the renewing of registration, modification, withdrawal of certification, suspend or cancellation of such kind of registration regarding the insurance. All these guidelines and powers are provided by IRDA under any kind of issue of certification regarding registration. According to the next point, that is protection of interest to the policyholder. Whenever a contract is framed between the policyholder and the second one is the insurance company, there must be a utmost good faith regarding both the parties. That is the protection of interest of the policyholder. Whole information, full-fledged information must be provided in the crystal clear form to the policyholder that what amount of premiums should be paid after a prescribed period of time. Under the concept of interest of the policyholder, all the related matters that are concerning regarding the assigning of the policy, what kind of a sort of policy is assigned to the policyholder, and nomination by the policyholder. Nomination of the policyholder is the process by which the policyholder appoints the person or various persons that must be known to the policyholder. For what purpose? To receive any kind of policy benefit in case of the death of the policyholder. If we are talking about, next is the insurance interest. Insurable interest means the amount of premium that is paid by the policyholder after a prescribed period of time. Settlement of insurance claim involves the various kind of claims that are settled before and after the completion of the policy making contract. Surrender value of policy. According to the word, the surrender value of policy itself means surrender value is the amount that the policyholder receives from the life insurer, where he or she decides to terminate the policy before the maturity period ends. The another concept that is the value of policy, other terms and conditions of the contract of insurance. Whatever the terms and conditions that are related while the formation of the contract, all these things must be considered by IRDA Act. According to the next concept, that is the requisite qualification, code of conduct, practicing training for intermediary of insurance intermediaries and agents. Specifying requisite qualification. What does that word mean? That means a person who is the third person that is appointed by the policyholder or by the insurance company for the formation of the contract. That third person who is known as the intermediary or act towards the policyholder, and the another one is the company. That person must have some skillful qualification regarding how to make the contract, how to provide information, full-fledged information regarding the contract to both the parties. Next one is the specifying the code of conduct for surveys and loss assessments. Whatever the functions are performed within the organization, that is the insurance company, while performing these kind of various processes under insurance company regarding the policy making contract, all supervision is performed by the IRDA, that the insurance company must provide the policy towards the policyholder in accurate form with proper information that is required for the formation of the contract. If there is any loss that is arise due to the negligence of the insurance company towards the assessor, then all these things will also be determined under IRDA Act. Next one is the control and regulation of the rates, that is advantages, terms and conditions that may be offered by the insurance in respect to the general insurance business, not so controlled and regulated by the Tariff Advisory Committee under the Section 64U of the Insurance Act 1938. So the another duties, functions and parts of IRDA Act include what kind of things? That is the full-fledged control and regulation of the rates over the insurance policy. All various kinds of advantages that are concerned with the formation of the contract must be provided to the policyholder. Every terms and conditions that are involved in the formation of contract must be provided to the policyholder. And the another thing that may be offered by the insurer in respect of the general insurance business, but not so controlled and regulated by Tariff Advisory Committee, where there are some terms and conditions, and that terms and conditions may be offered by the insurers. For what purpose? For the formation of general insurance business. And these terms and conditions are not over in the hand of controlled, and these terms and conditions are not controlled by the Tariff Advisory Committee. So what is the meaning of Tariff Advisory Committee? Tariff Advisory Committee basically is known as the statutory body under the insurance contract that is formed in 1938. The main task of this Tariff Advisory Committee is to regulate and control the various kinds of rates, various kind of benefits, terms and conditions that is offered by the life insurance company in India. So according to the next point, that is specifying the form and matters in which the books of accounts shall be maintained and statement of accounts shall be rendered by insurer and other insurance intermediary. So if there is any kind of formation of contract, that is, it requires specifying the forms. Proper detailed information is gathered by the insurance company, and proper books of accounts shall be maintained and statements of accounts shall be maintained by the insurer and the other insurance intermediary. If there is a person who is expert in his field and that person is appointed by the insurance company for what purpose? For maintaining the books of accounts and statement of account for the purpose of record maintained and as per the guidelines that are instructed by IRDA. So IRDA basically provide the guideline to the insurance company to make proper books of accounts and statements of account for what purpose? For the supervision purpose. Next point is regulating investment of funds by the insurance company. That how much investment is made by the insurance company and in which sectors the investment is made by the insurance company. All these supervision is done by IRDA. Next one is the regulating the maintenance and margin of solvency. How the solvency level is performed within the insurance company and how solvency is maintained in insurance sector. Next concept is the adjudication of disputes between the insurers and intermediary or insurance intermediary. Basically, the meaning of adjudication means any kind of dispute that is arising within the firm between the two parties, and a person is appointed for what purpose? For removing these kind of disputes for the smooth functioning of operations. So adjudication of dispute that may be occurs between the insurers and intermediary, that is between the third person. A person is appointed to operate various operations. If there is any kind of misinterpretation, any kind of misunderstanding that is happened between these individuals, then with the help of adjudication, these kind of disputes between intermediaries or insurance intermediaries will be removed for the smooth functioning. Next one is the supervising the functioning of the Tariff Advisory Committee. Whatever the functioning is performed, whatever the activities are performed, the supervision is done according to the guidelines of IRDA that the work is performing smoothly or not. According to the next point, that is specifying the percentage of premium income of the insurer. That what is a particular amount of premium a insurer is paid after a prescribed period of time. To whom they paid? To the finance scheme. For what purpose? For promoting and regulating the professional organizations referred to in the clause F. So what amount of premium, that is premium out of income of the insurer, that how much amount of premium is to be paid according to the financial scheme. These premiums are paid for what purpose? For the promoting and regulating the professional organizations. The next point is it specifies the percentage of life insurance business and general insurance business to be undertaken by the insurer in the rural or social sector, where there is the requirement of insurance policy, and the number of percentage of people, that is, who live in the rural or social sector. With the help of IRDA Act, the proper percentage of life insurance business and general insurance facilities are also provided in the certain areas, that is rural or social sectors too. It also exercising such other powers as may be prescribed. According to these powers, functions, and duties, as we have already studied, instead of these powers, there are some other powers, functions, and duties too that are prescribed by the IRDA Act. So, IRDA also helps in promoting efficiency in the conduct of insurance business. Whatever the activities are performed for running the operations in insurance business, IRDA helps to promote the efficiency and how the work is to be conducted within the insurance sector. All these guidelines are provided by IRDA. IRDA also promoting and regulating the professional organizations. That professional organizations are connected with whom? With the insurance and reinsurance business. Whatever the promoting activities are performed, whatever the regulating activities are performed, all these promoting and regulating professional organizations have some connection with whom? With the insurance and reinsurance business. The next point that we need to consider in IRDA Act is calling for information from. Whatever the information is required, we had the power to get some sort of information from the insurance company. And with that form of information, they do inspection process and conducting any kind of inquiries that are required. And after conducting the inquiries, investigations may also include for the purpose of auditing the books of accounts that is maintained by the insurer. If the person is appointed who is intermediary or insurance intermediary and any other kind of organization that is connected with the insurance business, the IRDA have power or various duties that they can call any type of information from any person who is connected with the insurance sector. For what purpose they collect the information? They collect the information for inspection purpose, inquiry purpose, and investigation purpose. That how the various books are maintained by the insurance company sector.